that. That is not okay. No, that's bad apple. All the way, bad apple. Hi, my lovelies, it's Rebecca Rogers. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Whichever one, I hope you've had a great day and your day's about to get that much better because it is Tuesday, meaning it's time for another episode of Am I the Bad Apple? If you've never joined us, a little rundown. People send in submissions of situations where they don't know if they acted appropriately or not. We read them and we just give our opinion. If you have a story that you want to submit, you can do so at this subreddit that I made, r/AmITheBadApple. And in the meantime, I'll keep reading you guys stories, we'll keep talking about them in the comments, and let's get to it. Apple number 1. Am I the bad apple for asking my teacher to take off her hijab? Do we even need to read this? I, 13 male, am in 8th grade. For Lent, my family always gives up meat, except for fish on Fridays, and as well as participates in fasting. So one day, I was enjoying my lunch of berries, cottage cheese, some carrots, and poppy seed crackers. My teacher, let's call her Miss M, came up and told me,
Mason, that's not enough food for you. You need to have more meat and protein in your lunch. Go get you a school lunch.
I, of course, refused. I wasn't gonna break the rules just to please my teacher. Then she told me again that I need meat in my lunch, and I explained to her that I'm a baptized Catholic. It's Lent, and I'm not supposed to be eating meat on this day. She just kept insisting that it wasn't enough food for a growing boy, and I needed to go get more meat and protein. I sighed and I told her, look, Miss M, I'll go get a hamburger and eat it as soon as you take off your hijab. A sin for a sin. Of course she got mad, and rightfully so. I disrespected her religion, but I just wanted to put it in a way she could understand so she would leave me alone, but now I'm in trouble at school. I just wanted her to see the severity of the situation. So, am I the bad apple? Yeah, they were right, I needed to read that. These stories always have the twists and the tricks and it always confuses me. I think it's gonna be one thing and it's another, and then I feel bad at the end. I don't think this kid is the bad apple. I am gonna give him a good apple icon. That was a pretty easy one. It tricked me, you know? Like, I read the first part and I was like, yeah, that's a bad apple, but I was wrong. I usually am wrong. We've learned that by now. Here's what I think. I don't necessarily think the teacher is the bad apple. I know there's gonna be a lot of people that jump down their throat and things like that, and they're like, that's not okay, blah, 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 blah. I taught world religions for 2 years, right? And it's pretty common for someone in any particular religion to not really understand other religions. Yes, I know we're in America and Christianity is very common here and people know what Christmas is, but Lent isn't as common. I wouldn't be surprised if the teacher just didn't understand what that meant. And yeah, she should have asked. That would have been the nice thing to do, the polite thing to do, but I'm not gonna go and say the teacher's a bad apple when I really don't know if she understood what Lent meant. It's clearly not a part of her culture. Why would she be an expert in it? That would be like me getting all upset that people don't understand Hanukkah, or that Yahweh is a Christian thing, not a Judaism thing. I'm looking at you last week's episode. I'm looking at all those commenters. So no, I don't think the teacher's the bad apple. I don't think the kid's a bad apple. I think that there was some cultural miscommunication there. And I'm sure there's gonna be some people who are like, well, the kid should have worded that better. Well, he already kind of tried to explain, hey, it's Lent. Now, he didn't really say what that meant, because again, in his brain, he doesn't think he has to. To him, Lent is very common. It's not something people don't know about. I think the teacher was really concerned about him being hungry later in the day and was just trying to be helpful and didn't go about it the best way because she just didn't understand the situation. And the kid, yeah, it might have come off a little rough, but I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with what he said. Am I wrong? I just didn't get that vibe, right? Let me know in the comments. He didn't just say, take off your hijab because I don't like it or because whatever. He said, the day you break your religion's rules is the day that I'll break my religion's rules. And I don't personally see anything wrong with that. I get that it was blunt, but I can also be blunt myself. So I guess I didn't see anything wrong with it. But let me know. Apple number 2. Am I the bad apple for bullying my brother's girlfriend? I, 13 female, am getting married. Because part of my family lives out of state, my aunt and grandma put together a bridal shower in their hometown so all our family friends could come gather. My household decided to drive down and make a trip out of it. My brother, male 20, asked if his girlfriend, 19 female, could come with us. They've only been together a few months, but sure, why not? We've always been an inviting family, and the more the merrier. In the 16-hour car ride, we all take turns picking movies, but the girlfriend refused to watch any of the superhero movies that any of us picked. When it was her turn to pick a movie, she picked one we all hated, but we watched it anyways. My fiance joked that it was one of the worst movies he'd ever seen, and she seemed to take it very personally. My fiance is a country boy, and when we arrived down south, my family poked fun at him for being too northern to be a real country boy. They joked around all evening and started calling each other Yankees. The girlfriend from New Jersey didn't think it was funny. The morning of the shower, the girlfriend looked visibly upset. I asked her what was wrong, and she said,
I just want to punch him in the face. I hate him so much.
I thought she meant my brother, and I thought he did something to upset her. Then she revealed she hated my fiance. I didn't know what to say, so I just went to him and told her not to joke around near her anymore. Then she gets dressed in this big white dress to go to my wedding shower. So I text my brother and I say, listen, I'm not mad, but I want to use this as an example. I know she didn't mean anything malicious by it, but you're not supposed to wear white to a wedding event if you're not the bride. And I'm not mad, but it can upset some people. So just like my fiance didn't mean anything malicious but clearly upset her, it's kind of the same. It's just a bunch of misunderstandings, and I hope she can see that he wasn't trying to be mean to her. Well, I guess the girlfriend saw the text and started having a temper tantrum, refusing to go to the shower. I honestly thought they left the house to go drive around. I could have sworn I heard the door open and close. And she said she needed some air. So when my mom came down and asked why I looked so pissed, I lost it. I started yelling about how dare this girl come to our family trip, my bridal shower, insulting my fiance and making an entire scene because she wanted to be a brat. And that I didn't have time to deal with her crap that day. Well, apparently, she and my brother did not leave the house. They were in the other room. She accused me of bullying her and left. She came to the shower late and made the entire event extremely awkward. The entire rest of the trip was ruined because she was giving everyone the cold shoulder, and it was just weird. We were even supposed to sleep in the same room, and she literally hid under the blankets, just so she didn't have to see or talk to me. My brother claimed this was my fault, that I made her feel not welcome and I bullied her, but I don't see it that way. So, am I the bad apple? Tea break before the decision. Stay hydrated, friends. No, I don't think so. This girl was a guest on your family trip, and it sounds like everything had to be about her. The movies on the way down had to be about her. No one could watch what she didn't want to watch. Your fiance joking with your family, who they clearly have a good, loving relationship, had to somehow be about her. Getting ready to go to a wedding event, your bridal shower, it has to be about her? If she was gonna be in a bad mood, she needed to just not go and stay away from the event. Yeah, the rest of the trip still would have been ruined, but at least it didn't destroy the bridal shower. And at 19 years old, I feel like you should know, hey, don't wear white to wedding events if you're not the bride. And if you didn't, okay, that's fine. Just like run to Target and get another dress. No, Target doesn't always have the best options, especially lately. Their clothes are slacking. But you don't need to steal the show because you're not the bride. Get like a $5 t-shirt dress or something from Walmart. It's not that hard. I'm assuming the reason that she didn't want to go was because she didn't want to be in the white. So just go get another dress. And if it's because you decided you didn't like the bride or the groom, you shouldn't be there anyways. This isn't a family vacation for you to go and meet the family. This is a family vacation to celebrate this wedding that you clearly are not excited about. And okay, cool, you've only been around for a couple months. Why would you be super excited for strangers? But if you're dating the brother and you want any kind of future, could one day be your family too. Not the best way, in my opinion, to start a relationship with the family. And you know what? I don't know if I blame this girl. The morning of a bridal shower, getting all stressed out about the girlfriend and the fiance and in another state and wedding coming up. I planned a wedding. I know how crazy that can be. It's not like you pitched a fit knowing she was there. I can see someone under that kind of stress really thinking, oh, maybe you did hear the door. Maybe she went out and came back in. Maybe someone else was going in and out the door. I don't know. And it's not really like you said anything wrong either. You called her a brat. She was being a brat. I don't know. Am I being being too harsh? I can't tell. What do you think? I don't think she's the bad apple though. I think the girlfriend's a bad apple for sure. I think the brother's being a little bit of a bad apple too. I can also see the brother panicking and like really wanting to take care of his girlfriend and not scare her off from the situation. But he's still being a little bit of a bad apple. And maybe don't take new significant others across the country for family events. That feels like a safe bet. Again, I don't know. Part of me feels like I might be being a little harsh, but what do you guys think? Let me know. Apple number 3. Am I the bad apple for getting my nails painted? I, male 26, am a preschool teacher. One of our boys, we'll call him Connor, came in with blue painted nails and a lot of the other kids started making fun of him. I thought it was really wrong and I didn't want him to be made fun of. So that day, I went home and also painted my nails. I figured it would keep the other kids from giving Connor such a hard time, and I didn't want Connor to feel like he couldn't do something he enjoyed just because of a bunch of bullies. It seemed to work the first day, however, then my supervisor came to talk to me. He told me a parent complained about me having painted nails as a man, and apparently it made her uncomfortable. My supervisor said I had to take the paint off before coming into work tomorrow, and now I'm concerned. I thought I was just trying to be helpful, but maybe I did the wrong thing? Am I the bad apple? Huh, another easy one. No. Why does it matter if you have paint on your nails? Is someone gonna be upset that my nails are grown out and need to be redone? Does anyone have any right to tell me that I can't shave my head or dye my hair pink? No. Am I ever gonna do that? No, I'm not. I really like my long hair. I know some people in the comments are gonna be like, but it's different because he painted his nails and that's for girls. Why? He can do whatever he wants, it's his nails. Are you gonna throw a fit that I'm wearing pants? Because historically, that's for guys. If your answer is no, then okay, we can move on. If your answer is yes, you can have whatever opinion you want. I don't care. I'm still gonna do what I want. I am really disappointed in that supervisor though for not sticking up for that preschool teacher. That's weird. If a girl preschool teacher cut her hair really short and a woman was like, oh, her hair is too much like a guy style, would he make her get a wig? No, he'd say that's her hair. Who cares what people look like or what they wear or whatever? That doesn't determine how good of a teacher they are. Some nail color isn't gonna change whether or not he can teach preschoolers how to share. You know what it can do though? It can probably help them teach the kids to mind their own business. That's what it can do. Apple number 4. Am I the bad apple for telling my friends my brother's gay? We don't out people. Are we just learning this? How old are you? I don't even have to read it. If you outed anybody, you're the bad apple. My brother is 2 years older than me. He's the golden child and I've always been seen as the lesser brother. My parents constantly compare me to him. He was popular and was a star athlete throughout all high school. I was a nerd and everyone always questioned how we were even related. He was smart and a star student and every teacher expected me to be like him, but I couldn't live up to that standard. He often wouldn't even acknowledge me when we passed each other in the halls as he was a higher caste and couldn't associate with the untouchables. When I made girl friends, they would always ask to come over just so they could get close to my brother. This has been a real common issue for me for obvious reasons. We're both college students now. He's a grad student at a nice university and I'm elsewhere. Our hometown has a big bar and nightlife scene that's really only accessible if you're 21 and up, and my friends and I are now all 21. They wanted to go take a visit to our hometown and I thought that'd be a good idea. I told my mom my plans and she was so excited to meet my new friends. Unbeknownst to me though, my older brother was also planning to visit and my mom never told me. So we get there and my brother's in the kitchen and immediately the 3 girls in my friend group, one of which I even have a crush on, were immediately curious about him. After the little meet and greet, we left and they, of course, started asking about him. I kind of panicked and immediately told them they're barking up the wrong tree. One asked me if he was gay and I said, yes, he's gay. So the day goes by, we head back to my place for a meal, and the girls are in his face again. One even asks him about his love life and if he has a boyfriend. He says, nope, I'm definitely straight, and they question because they tell him I said he was gay. Then all hell broke loose. He pulls me aside and tells me that what I did was a jerk move. I told him, you don't need to be appealing to any of my girlfriends. And an argument starts. My female friends are also mad at me for this because they like him and I lied. But I had very obvious reasons. Justified reasons even. So, am I the bad apple? We have some really easy ones today. Yes. Wow. Your brother being available isn't gonna change the fact that your female friends aren't interested in you. If they were, something would have happened already. Your brother being available or not available isn't going to change that. And maybe one of them secretly does like you. Again, your brother being available or not available isn't going to change that. And if it does, it wasn't meant to be anyways. If someone's gonna choose you, it should be because they choose you, not because someone else wasn't available. Your friend shouldn't be mad at you. You lied to them because you wanted their attention over your brother getting their attention. That's not friend behavior. You lied. How would you not be the bad apple? You lied. Period. On top of that, I have major issues with some of the things that you said. First of all, the caste system in India is a big deal, okay? You comparing your lack of a social life to the lives of untouchables is really gross. Historically, people who are actually considered Dalits or the untouchables, it would be considered disrespectful or gross for a shadow of one of these people to overlap with a shadow of someone from a higher caste. That's a big deal. The treatment that these individuals endure is awful. And yes, there are parts of India where the caste system is being outlawed, and that's great, but that's not the case everywhere. There are people who are really living miserable lives, and you want to compare you not being popular to that kind of treatment? And I'm not going to get into everything that untouchables have to deal with. If you're someone that's interested, I highly encourage you to look it up on Google. But I have a problem with that. I also have a problem with you just throwing out like, oh yeah, he's gay, like as if someone's sexuality that they might even really struggle with is just kind of like a scapegoat for you to get more attention. I don't really like that. There are people who are bullied for their sexuality. There are people who are terrified because of their sexuality, and you're just like, oh yeah, he's just gay because you think that that's gonna get you more attention? I feel like you're very self-centered, and I think you have a lot of growing up to do. Bad apple all the way through, all the way to the core. It's a rotten apple. I feel like the first two stories, I was a little nervous about maybe being too harsh or being wrong. I don't know, I feel like they could go a few different ways. This one I don't think can go any other way. The last one I don't think it can go any other way. But I definitely encourage you to let me know what you think. I got 3 good apples and 1 bad apple. Definitely let me know what you guys got. Did you get the same? Did you get anything different? Which ones did you get different? I would love to hear why. And again, you might not change my mind, but I still like to hear your thoughts anyways. As always, if you have a story that you want to submit, you can do so at the subreddit r/amIthebadapple. Quick thing, because I get kids sending me messages all the time that's like, I've been sending you my story and you're not using it. Send me all your stories, but that doesn't mean every story is gonna get used. I get a lot of really weird things from kids that's like, one time I said hi to my bus driver and she slapped me. Am I the bad apple? First, that doesn't really sound real. Second of all, that's not a story, that's 2 sentences. I'm still going through lots of stories. Lots. I have an entire vault that I gotta go through. So if you haven't heard yours, I might not have gotten to it yet. I also might not be using it. But if you want there to be a chance of your story being told, go ahead and send it. And on that note, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope the next time you go on a walk, you see a cute little puppy. That always makes people's days better. See you next time, my lovelies. Mwah.